a lover.
Who's a bitch?
I'm a
I'm
lover.
a bitch. I'm a lover. I'm a child.
Hi.
I'm a father. I'm a sinner. Oh shit.
Wow.
Maggie
A lot of
literally,
things.
you just summoned that from like deep within the depth of my chest cavity. I didn't even know. That's like some Naruto fucking AMV bullshit from my tween years. Gods, why'd you do that to me?
So it's Friday night, and we got Cedar here as a special guest. If you couldn't tell. But let's see what we have to talk about before we get into the episode. Let's see here. We got our sponsor, who is Canadian Dice, yeah.
Oh boy.
Did you get a new accent since we've been gone?
I don't know, I'm just jumping around like a crazy person.
He's from Saskatchewan, yeah?
You can go to canadiandice.ca, use the code TheVectaire, all one word, for 10% off of your order. And it is not just dice. They got some other really cool shit, like Artemis's necklace, and some dice trays, and all that other cool, geeky shit. And Maggie has a dice pick.
I do.
And
This is a pretty one.
It was a pretty one this week.
Tell us about your dice pick, Maggie.
Oh, I thought you were. It's Dimension Door, so you can escape the hellscape that is It's So Cold Outside. Ah.
It's fucking cold, my dudes.
It's
like
brick titty.
For real.
So you should use Dimension Door to, hide.
I only have Misty Step
500
prepared
feet away.
in the fireplace.
Yep.
It's cold.
I am this close to the fire. I'm like right there. If I inhaled, my lungs are collapsing.
Oh,
It's
God.
cold. It's worth it.
Is it though?
Who am I playing again? Oh, there you are.
I don't think so.
oh boy.
Anyway,
Where are we? What?
we are also raising funds in the month of February for Black Girl White Coat, which is an amazing organization that is raising money for mentorship and the like for Black and Hispanic people in the healthcare industry, going through their education, because there is a very specific need and a very specific circumstances that those people of color have to deal with when in the healthcare field, or even just getting healthcare. So it's super important that we show our love, and this is the one I picked for February, which is also Black History Month. So I'm here for it, and you should definitely go check it out. What else we got going on here?
Kind of a slow week for us, actually.
It is a slow week. So Sunday, 7:30 p.m. on DM Jeremy's channel, Artemis and I are going to be over there for Legacy of Fire, which is a Pathfinder module that Jeremy has converted to 5e. Thank you, Cedar, for the donation to make it an even 50.
Oh, it did? I just wanted to donate $9 because 9 is my favorite number.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. It
But
still
I am
worked.
very satisfied that it is now 50.
Yep. And if the next intervals can be variants of
200?
69 and 420, that would be awesome.
Oh. Someone donate $19 right now. Please.
Anyway, 7:30, DM Jeremy's channel on Sunday, Legacy of Fire. It is a Pathfinder 5e reskin. Monday, we've got Mistwalkers at 8. That's right here. And Tuesday, Artemis and I again are going to be over on Chaotic Academia Pandaros, mouthful, over on Hampod. We're special guesting for the next bi-weekly couple weeks. And we're playing from the Gregorian school of Medusa and stuff. And we, like
Messed
to
up
punch
each other's
people.
accents the first 10 minutes. It was great.
Yeah, we do that. Thank you, Sophia, for making it 69. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Girl, yes.
Hey.
I know that either like Agni or one of those other bitches is gonna come in here and take away my happiness.
Yeah, probably.
But also, it's good. It's good.
Yeah. We're at 69 now. We're just going to enjoy it while we have it.
Yes.
Exactly.
But we don't want to have it for too long because, you know, it's a good
It gets
cause.
sensitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could donate. You could donate $100, and so it's just $169 instead of $269 or $269.
You could donate $6,900, and that is $69.69.
$69.69.
Only the most epic people will do that.
Yeah.
Slash
Only the most epic.
wealthy.
Do we know anybody like that? No.
I don't think so.
I don't know anybody who's terribly wealthy.
What else we got? Oh, we got a bunch of new designs on our Redbubble store, which we may be moving to a different service because fuck Redbubble at this
Oh,
point.
no. Are they still
No.
fighting you?
Yeah.
They're trying to
I'm
say
sorry.
that Appy's original concept for her logo isn't hers.
Yeah.
It's not my logo, it's my name.
Your name, I mean, your name ain't you.
Oh.
You are identity thefting yourself.
I'm identity thieving a women's sorority.
It's a sorority?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Alpha Phi, come on.
What? Well, then it's Alpha Phi, not APHI. Come on.
Well, I thought
They
that
say their
when you
short
said
form is A Phi.
I thought when you said Alpha Phi, I thought it was like some
Ah,
They're
that's
Alpha Phi up their
stupid.
butts.
Yep, basically. So we're looking into that. And by we, I mean me, because I'm being a bitch. And fuck them. Stand by, though. We'll announce that when it happens. What else we got? Oh, if you want to catch up on anything you've missed or just to listen to us be assholes to each other, check out the podcast available on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. And speaking of podcasts, congratulations to Potions and Potpourri for your 50th episode.
We
Yeah.
we
It
did
was so
it.
sweet.
We're still going.
We are the blob.
9.
I listened to it this morning as soon as I woke up. It was so sweet.
Oh.
I haven't listened to it yet because I was working and I had meetings all day, so I couldn't listen to anything. Fucking
Those
sucks.
meetings have been emails.
Apparently, we're blob. We're a blob.
I'm here for the blob.
Yeah, words are hard.
No.
It was great. I love it.
identify very closely with the word.
I mean, it's
term,
kind of
and-
like mob, but we're blob.
Because we like snacks.
Sure.
Mhm.
I
was
don't
just
know.
eating
We're just good at like absorbing other people and just like getting bigger and. it's
Oh, like my dream job of being a gelatinous slime inside of a dungeon.
Yeah,
just-
yeah.
Yes.
So, Artemis, I need you to make a two-headed gelatinous blob hugging chibi versions
logos.
of Kayla, Keisha, Rick,
When did Jelly
Jeremy.
get
and the two heads look
we
like
are the
us.
same person.
Like, just
Because Appy and I are the
everyone.
same person
Yeah.
Everyone.
at this point.
Reggie is Kilai's son.
Yes. We do also
Who's
have a
also
couple
a god.
things coming up that you could be involved in. We have Together Among the Stars being DM'd by our own friend Rick from Hammer the Gods podcast. It is
In
about an
April.
hour. What's that?
We're booked out
April.
to April, but
Bitch, I was getting there. I'm just saying you can sign up to be part of it if you want. We're booked out till April every Saturday, 11:30, starting on the 18th of February. We're booked every Saturday until April, but you still can get your name on the list because, you know, shit happens fast. I blinked and it's fucking February, so
True
Yep.
story. God.
Remember when I said that we were gonna get busy?
yeah, we're
We got
busy. We also have a Final Fantasy campaign that's in the works, which you can be a part of. DM Sophia is taking the reins of that one on Thursday nights. And we also have our Wasteland Saga, which is bi-weekly Wednesdays on Goodman Games. We have a rotating guest seat that you could sit in on. So if you want to be part of any of that, email thevactaire@gmail.com or shoot a message to Artemis, because Artemis is the nerd wrangler.
Yee.
And they
Yeah.
also just got a new job.
Yeah, I did.
Hey,
Please,
did you tell me that?
so exciting!
Yes, twice.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I don't remember
Awesome.
that. I do not remember that.
Yes,
It's all
Rick, I
good.
apologize. It's GM-less, but you're the host. You're the captain of the ship. So you guide it.
Yo ho, a pirate
Yeah,
slave. Watch
I am-
out!
I am the nerd herder.
The nerd herder.
The nerder.
The scruffy-looking nerd herder.
The ship nerd.
That's true.
You
Shit,
are
nerd.
Han Solo. Congratulations.
Yep.
Oh, is that Luke Skowalski's boyfriend?
Anywho,
Oh my god.
Oh lord.
we're 10 minutes in. I'm sorry I talked so much, but we had so much good shit to talk
Okay.
about.
It's worth
I
it.
have one
yeah.
more thing. Tonight
Oh.
is mine and Jeremy's friend anniversary. We've been friends for 2 years as of tonight.
Aw, yay!
He's the reason I'm here, so
And we
blame him for
are
all of the nonsense.
very grateful for him.
Good job, man. You did a good. I approve.
He just sort of sent me this direction and was like, "Here, go bother them."
That's awesome.
All right, well, with all of that said and done, Artemis, the mic is yours.
All right, so you guys left Astor's village. There was some craziness involving crocodile versus chicken. Yeah.
What came first?
No, what do they taste like?
We were
discussing Well- what
they taste like.
Yes, and whether or not it was like peasant chicken and all that stuff, because
Tastes
that's
like
a
chicken?
thing now.
Hasn't everything. I see.
And then you made your way to Wild Call, where you visited Kraz and dropped off the tusk glove that he had requested. Picked up you picked up some coral that had some interesting effects when Clarity licked it, and visited Bilphis and found out that Bilphis is relocating to the capital. You said that you would return to him after you left Karini's village and escort him to the capital. And then you made your way to Kinevestria, Karini's little village hidden behind the Veil of Thorns in the Wild Call Forest. And that's sort of where we had left off. I'm going to push that map back out to you guys. Oops, that's not the
Forgot
map.
the part where Ram tried to poison Cottonwood with said coral.
They didn't try to
On
poison
purpose?
you. You just
You try to poison you with it.
You were like, what about this?
I figured you would know.
You guys are coming into the village from the lower right. And Aster, because you missed this.
I'm just
Mhm.
joking.
I was busy picking very specific flowers.
No.
Red
I'm
thorns.
saying last time.
I'm also
When-
saying last time, Aster was very preoccupied. You continue.
Well, this is what I assume Aster was preoccupied with, because as soon as you crossed the Veil of Thorns, Karini was leveled by these little guys who were very, very happy to see her.
Oh my god! Oh!
There it is.
For anybody who can't see, it's the dandelions that we had last episode.
I'm so happy.
Yes.
They're so cute. Are we keeping
Yeah.
them? We're keeping them. We have 10? We have 10.
They live
No,
here.
there is a few. There are a few in the village, but there's not that many. They sort of
take one.
pass through the gate on their own sort of terms,
They're
but most
fake
of the time they live in the
creatures.
village. They look like lions, but they have the mane of like a giant dandelion, and a tail that's got like the poof. And if I remember correctly, you were carrying around Akka the baby, because I think Graham had handed him to you. So Aster is a very happy camper right now. Graham, you just see like Aster kind of walking in front of you, like carting around this little tiny baby lion, just like super excited.
Like dragging
Yeah,
it on
like
the
held
ground
up so that
behind
like her eyes are just over the head, and her eyes are she's just like
Big sparkly. Big bishy sparkles.
Oh,
Yes.
Anime eyes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They are a little watery, you know.
You, upon arrival, Karini, you were surprised to learn that your village warriors, who, like, you have them, but in your lifetime, you've never seen them with weapons. They're carrying their weapons right now.
They're like geared up, ready to go.
Yes.
That's weird. Weird for a pacifist.
Well, you can still be pacifistic and carry a big stick.
So, were you the pacifist, or is everybody a pacifist? Because I'm getting mixed signals here.
Mostly me. Mostly me.
Okay.
Were you an outcast in that case, or?
No.
Karini was the popular one, and I like ruffle her hair. Smartest kid in class. And always writing enthusiastic on a report card.
True.
Elise is walking very carefully through the peasant mud. Just like
Really a lot of mud here. There's a lot of, like, moss
There's a lot
and,
of grass
like,
and moss, and it's
leaves
beautiful.
and
Elise isn't commenting that it's peasant mud. They're just walking carefully.
it's very pretty here. Everything, as soon as you cross the Veil of Thorns, everything became very like, the colors are very bright. Even at night, like, as it's getting towards nighttime now, there's like phosphorescent mushrooms, and think like Avatar, very much like Avatar.
Right. What
every-
would happen if I were to eat a few of these? And I point to the phosphorescent mushrooms.
About the same thing that happened before.
Yeah. I would imagine.
Well, they keep.
Although there are probably some that we eat.
Oh yeah.
Can I pick some mushrooms, Artemis?
Sure.
How many
Make
mushrooms?
me
Like
make me a nature check.
Make me a mushroom check.
You take
Yep.
it. You can take it and you can use it as a wee nightlight lantern. I've seen the youngins they did. They have them in their tents
Nat
and
20.
whatnot in their
Of
Of
houses.
course,
just
that's the
spoken
thing
of
that you roll the net. So you remember from Pog's mistake what mushrooms not to pick.
Yeah.
You're able to gather, I would say, a bundle of mushrooms that you're not really sure what they do, but they don't look like the ones that made Pog a cabbage and Aster's hair turn white and
If
Ram
you
speak
want, I
different
can
languages.
identify those
Are
for you.
there any that would make people cabbages? Do I find one of those?
Well, that one,
Yeah,
that
there's a
one.
couple of them.
I pick a bundle of cabbage mushrooms.
I have some in my box.
That'll be
Couple of
handy.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna shove it down someone's throat when you're in battle?
If you eat a bioluminescent mushroom, does it mean that all of your fluids will come out bioluminescent as well?
You
We're
know,
gonna find out.
there was a sparkle off to my shite at one point, yeah.
Wait, Artemis, did you say yes or no for the cabbage shrooms?
Yeah, you can find a bundle of those too.
Why is it not? Oh, it's because it sorts in alphabetical order. I kept putting more in my sheet. Okay.
Okay. So as you approach, like, Karini, you know, you're greeted by the village warriors. They see you. They sort of give you a little nod, and they tell you to head on up to the longhouse because you had inquired about what was going on.
Mm-hmm. I think.
Do you head
Go
straight
there.
there, or do you head home?
Probably straight there.
Okay. So yeah, as you make your way through the village, Karini, like, everybody, like, you literally know everybody here. Like, this town is not that big, for one, and everybody knows everybody. It is Midwest. Everybody knows everybody. And there's, like, you know, a gaggle of children that are running around. Like, you know, when we grew up, everybody's bike was outside their house. That's how you knew where all the neighborhood kids were. That's what's going on right now. Like, it's just very adorable.
How do they know when to go home if the streetlights don't come on?
Well, you got to turn on the luminescent mushrooms.
Yeah, they go home when the mushrooms come on.
And then she like leans over and she just like on a mushroom that's growing outside of a house and just goes, "Pop," you know, like on those like mushroom lights that they have. It's like,
Yeah.
and then she's like,
You just watch the kids just scramble.
Place is lively. and
"That's your bedtime."
colorful.
A lot of people here and a lot of children.
It's also very bright.
How
Yeah.
tall are the children? Are they like taller than me? Like, how tall are these kids?
So the average is about 4.5 feet tall.
Yeah, they're taller than me. Damn it.
They're like, as they're like running to go home, as Cottonwood is like walking by, just turning on all the mushrooms. Like, the kids are running around. They see you guys enter town and like skid to a halt, just like as a clump, and they're like fascinated. They see you wave, and a couple of them like wave back. A couple of them take off running, and then they see Cottonwood and immediately run over to Cottonwood looking for like treats and things like that.
And she's like handing out little, like, here's a little play dinosaur, and here's a
A
rice
lone dinosaur.
crispy treat. Yeah, get a little bit of I don't like the gorp.
What is a gorp?
I think it's
You-
better we don't know.
A
Trail mix.
The trail mix.
Yeah.
She like
Trail
holds out a
mix.
handful of like nuts and little rainbow chocolates.
Even your food is colorful. This is intense.
Well, some of us are intense. Well, some of
No,
them
right
are
now
intense.
we're all outdoors.
It's technically not my home. Well, there's more than intense. You got your tree houses, and then you got your lean-tos, and you got your.
You know, like,
I'm going to the longhouse.
it was a
You're welcome.
Okay.
to-
Literally, she
Greeni's
like
on a
Cottonwood turns
mission.
around and just goes shh to the crickets. Shut up!
Granny's on a mission, like,
Here we go.
just
Lying.
like,
Do.
Got stuff to do. I got people to talk to.
Where'd Zara come from?
so you make your way through the village, and like, Granny, as you pass by people, like, they greet you and like, sort of pat you on the shoulders and stuff like that. They're happy to see you home. You
taller
know practically everybody. Yeah, you see that Granny is actually short for her village. Almost everybody here is 8.5 feet, 9 feet tall, somewhere between there.
Steady, girl.
Ram is
That's
suddenly having a
Ram.
moment.
Steady. Steady.
Like, go to your full height, so you're like right in the middle of everything. But there are still a few people that are taller than you.
Yeah.
I might get lost.
And she like
I
leans
have Sarah on my
down.
shoulders.
Oh, my god.
I was about to blow up a toad like in Shrek and tie it to the back of her shirt.
Like have a guiding, like
Tie
guiding
it to her
balloon.
hand.
Oh my gosh. I had someone do that with a gazer that they killed once. They were like, "Does it stop floating when you kill it?" I was like, "Guess not." He just carried around like a balloon. Anyway, it's great.
Sure. Okay. So you guys are making your way through the village, and as you are making your way, you see that like this place very much is influenced by the Feywild. There are things here that none of you have seen before. Like, you see these little guys floating around, sort of in like small clusters. They sort of float through the village.
Reason I was just closing the dandelions when we opened it. Oh, they're like
They're so
what are they
cute.
called?
They're little seed. They're called little seed. They're called seedlings here, but
They're pretty.
you see those. You also see.
God, Keisha needs to live here.
You make me think of
Yeah.
the Pokemon Flabebe or whatever, the little floating flower.
Yeah, kind of.
They remind me
Oh.
of Pikmin, but with like dresses on.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh,
They
yeah.
look like little floating seeds with like like little petals on them, and you also see little flower sprites, sort of, going in and out of the different trees and things like that. It's just very peaceful and magical here. And Ram, you can sort of determine like how you feel, but like there's a sense of peace here that you haven't felt really anywhere else. It's very calm, and even with the warriors on patrol, it's still very peaceful here. But you approach this longhouse, and there's so all the houses here are built up on stilts, and the longhouse is no different. It's built up on stilts off the forest floor. There's a flight of stairs that lead up, and as you enter, there's quite a bit of activity going on in here actually at the moment. There seems to be some kind of meeting going on at the moment, but the minute you guys enter, everything sort of stops, and they turn around, and you see there are several furbolg of like varying colors and like sizes here. Everybody's still taller than Karani. Some of them still taller than Ram.
Sure.
And they all seem to be sort of surrounding a fairly large looking like center table. And they look around at you, and Karani, you hear, "Karani, is that you?" And you see your parents.
Hi, sorry, carry on.
They come. You finally are using the frickin' book. It has been so long. It's
You're
been
using it
so
on my
long.
parents? You didn't use it on me?
Wait, what?
I had it for the longest time because we were in fantasy grounds because it was.
Yeah, because my computer was all sorts of screwed up.
What book?
Okay.
Enlighten us.
Tell secrets.
Oh, like it's just like, oh, sorry. Literally, Cottonwood just kind of like scowls down at you, takes her tail, and just like nudges you forward. Like gives a
I
little,
don't want to interrupt the meeting.
just like does a little.
Your parents rush over and give you a big hug, and I will send you.
Oh, my mom's like the same size as me. My dad's very tall.
Urani's
One
parents'
second here.
secret. Urani is adopted.
Actually, parents, because it takes a village to raise a child.
That was like the joke for the longest time. I actually had to get clarification from Emily about that.
Oh,
Do
really?
you know who your parents
Yes.
are? Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You can just send it later. It's fine.
You grew
Okay.
up in a
No,
commune.
Curie's parents, and probably Assyria. If anybody
You
else would
can't. You cannot do it on Asira because you have met her before.
Oh,
Yep.
oh, right.
And-
Because yeah. I'll be very confused by that.
Yeah. So you try
I'll realize
to.
your truth.
You try to like as you're sort of doing this, you look around and you also see here, standing sort of surrounded by everybody, you all see, for a couple of you, she's a familiar figure. You saw her one night quite a while ago now, but you met her after you fixed Melora's shrine all those weeks ago. She showed up outside of camp that night. And Ram, when you see that, you realize that's why your book's not working.
I spend time like shaking it, putting it against my ear, like that's gonna fix it, and then like flicking it, knocking it. Oh wait, I already know who you are, never mind.
Wait, you have an ear? You have ears?
I got like a microphonic
Ear holes.
You have ear holes, but you don't have a fucking mouth hole?
It's more like, have you ever seen
Are they like, do they have like the speaker thing over it?
it's kind of like Vision, but if you see the behind the scenes, the actor actually has like holes in the
Mm.
ear covers. That's what it looks like.
Oh. Physiology or physicality. What the fuck is that called? 101. Anyway.
Embody.
And Case is also there. Case you see looks a little worse for wear. There is a big sort of gash across his chest that's been repaired. Ram, you recognize Vilfus's work right away. The repair was done really well, but you can tell that it was pretty bad.
I know
but
if I would be
Craney, your parents
better or not necessarily.
You
In terms
can
of,
take a look, but
things.
Yeah, you can take a look, but like your parents rush over and just like they both hug you at the same time, and if you want, you can describe your mom and dad.
Oh, okay. So, Craney's wait, what did I write? Craney's mom is like the same height as her, but she's got like and almost the same coloring, but her hair is lighter, and she's got like hazel eyes. And then her dad is like very tall, and he's got darker like coloring, almost like an elk or a moose, like very dark brown. There's lots of dark browns, dark reds, dark greens, and then her mom wears like turquoise and blue. They're also both like very brightly colored. They look like deer people.
They're very, very happy to see you, and you know they immediately like your mom, of course, looks you over and is like, "You're skinny. You need to eat."
I'm fine. We've been traveling.
She like looks at your friends. Are you feeding her?
Yes.
I mean, I'm not in charge of it, but she does eat.
I don't eat.
Not you, Ram.
Oh.
Granny.
Yeah. Sorry, I sneezed.
We're gonna take Granny to get some spinach puffs soon, actually.
Ooh, spinach puffs, I do like those.
We actually just got some from the village not that long ago.
Fuck yeah!
Sure. Okay.
You as you sort of like approach group hydrate, everybody. As you sort of approach this big table, you see Ram, you probably remember the best because you were the one who sort of interacted with her when you saw her last, but Asira looks not necessarily unwell, but tired. Very tired. Like it's been, just maybe not sleeping very well or something, but she looks tired. And she's sort of like leaning on the table, and there's like, it looks like there's like paper scattered all over the place, and she says, welcome to Kinevestria, and welcome home, young Granny. It's good to see you.
Cottonwood goes
right.
beside her.
What happened?
And you see, she gives Cottonwood a hug. I'm glad to see you, old friend.
And you.
Are you well?
Hey, don't
All
ask
of you.
Don't ask about me. Well, yeah, ask about them. They're fucked.
You're fine. What happened?
Yeah.
Ram's having a height crisis.
Just, I don't think at the moment Karini has the presence of mind to cast calm emotions, but
No.
Cottonwood will like kind of lean in and like gently say something in Sylvan in Asira's ear, and then kind of take a step back.
I hear it.
Make a perception check.
I speak Sylvan. Oh dang it! My thing is behind.
You grew up next to the fucking
I
gate.
muted. Oh no.
Oh no!
Sheet
I think
What were you
is behind the
Oh, no,
map.
I said, can I make a check to see if what they're saying is gay? So like an insight check.
were.
Okay, well, that's okay.
Only if it's gay.
Are you trying to suss out Cottonwood's sexuality? You could just ask.
No, I
Yeah,
want to know what you said specifically to this other person was a very gay thing. Holy shit!
So, Cottonwood
Shoot,
make me.
poison, bro.
Yeah, I'm
Jeez.
using it for dumb shit.
Hey,
I
Flex.
mean, honestly, that's how this works, though. Like, when you need it in combat, doesn't happen.
Always works for dumb shit, though.
Cottonwood make me a,
Gay check.
I guess,
Delph? No.
yeah, if you're trying to be quiet, I guess either stealth or deception.
Because the stealth is more of a dexterity thing. I guess this would be more of like a wisdom or an intelligence, would you say?
Make a deception check.
Okay. That'll work. 16.
Okay, so Karini, you definitely hear. Elise, do you speak Sylvan?
Where's my languages? What's that on abilities?
Yeah.
Nope.
And you hear Sylvan. You don't know what they're saying. It doesn't. I mean, maybe it sounds gay. You're not really sure.
Yay.
Maybe the entire Sylvan language is just
gay.
rainbows.
It would make sense with that thing, Eli.
It sounds like rainbows, so you know it's gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sylvan is a very rainbowy kind of thing.
Canon!
What do rainbows sound like?
Sylvan.
I don't know, Sylvan.
Well,
yeah,
alright.
exactly. Rainbows sound like Sylvan.
Okay,
I have
so-
a sound for that.
Cottonwood, what'd you say?
Sound void?
By your word.
By your word? Okay, so Karini, that's what you hear. And she just responds in kind. Thank you for coming.
What happened?
She sort of looks at you and she says, the night of the eclipse there was an attack. They came out of the shadows like no warrior I've ever seen before. And it was almost like they knew where to go. The eclipse happened and they came straight for me. As you know, the gate came down.
Mhm.
It's like they stepped through the gate. When it was down.
Would those... If she describes them, would I have any idea, like, what they were? Or is not even, like, something would be familiar to me?
Make me an Arcana or History check. As she sort of gives you a description.
Sorry I wasn't here to protect you.
They're the same.
It's okay, old friend. You had other things to do. You're on a mission of your own.
That I roll well, goodness.
That was-
Be rolling
21?
so high
Okay.
now.
So,
Right. Couldn't have been
you've
last
never
week.
seen one. You've never seen one in person, but you've heard of them. From the sounds of it, they sound like something called an alip. Very dark, dangerous creatures. Sometimes
the
used
kind
as
of-
assassins.
Is it the kind of thing that's, like, associated with one particular deity, since it sounds like they came out from the gate, or...
Generally speaking, they answer to Tharizdun. And I do have a picture here I can show you.
How many were there?
5. So there, I pushed it out to you so you could
Okay.
see what attacked them.
Well, I understand then why the guards all have their weapons. Oh, jeez.
Yes, we're attempting to not be caught again. Though with the gate back in place, I feel relatively safe. Why are you making that face at me?
Did they come directly for you, Sarah?
Yes.
I don't like it. Not a fan.
What you been mixing yourself up with, little fun?
You know Bip?
I do not.
I do. He's a sweet lad.
Oh, like, are you planning on seeing Bip anytime soon?
No, in fact, I'm probably going to be going through the gate.
What?
Going back to the Feywild.
You can just do that?
Yeah.
Like,
You
there's
can?
like...
You can't?
Do you need to do paperwork or have a passport?
Oh no, I have a dual citizenship.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Well, that was easy.
So, like... What
She's
is
from there! Like, bend down really far.
What?
She's from there!
I know, but that doesn't mean you can get back easily. I mean, look at
Oh, well, we have a door.
look at
Well-
Clarity. They're from Avirus, but apparently can't go back for some secret reason.
There's a door right over there.
Clarity's like holding Emmy right now, just like, hey! Emmy, like, so you guys look around and you can see that
There's a
that
door
Emmy,
right there.
her horn is actually glowing while she's here.
Oh, that makes
Wait,
sense.
what
Sure.
Take Reggie out of my chest to make sure he doesn't have the glowing STD.
I was just gonna
He
ask.
is also glowing. His
Little
spirals are
swirl.
glowing.
Am I glowing?
Oh.
I look down.
Your stone is glowing a little bit, not necessarily as much as everything around here, but there is a slight pulse to it. You
Am I
gather that
glowing?
it's no,
Okay.
just your stone. It's like you gather that it has to do with the magic being so, like the Feywild being so close here.
It's potent.
Yes, I just had to make sure I didn't have to write back to my girlfriend that, I have the glow again. I haven't had that in years.
I'm not gonna ask.
Anyways,
Not gonna ask about that.
Is that what they're called
Okay,
nowadays?
so
Back in my day, it's called the
Assassins?
clap.
No, this one's different. You would know because let's just say it's pretty obvious when you try to put on pants. It's just like a tunnel of light.
so anyways, an
tunnel?
assassin, a bunch of assassins came, huh?
yes. There's
Been-
several curious looks around the room at Elise, like,
That's what I said. It's like a tunnel of light.
Cast a cone of silence on Elise.
A tunnel of light from your tunnel of love.
Yes.
Oh,
No, shush, you can't speak anymore. You're in the cone of silence. This is the second
Anyways.
character I've muted. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. I can't do that.
anyways. The fuck was the question now?
Cottonwood asked Asira, what have you been mixing in, little phone?
She kind of looks around at everybody else and she says, leave us. Prepare a feast for our returned traveler.
Okay.
No, you can stay.
Oh, okay, I'll stay.
She was talking about the other furbolgs in the room.
well, then I'll go. No.
Your friends can stay.
Fucking stay here, you fucking jeez.
We all had some interesting experiences during the eclipse as well, but it was not quite. I mean, we didn't get attacked in the moment, but then there were some things after.
Makes sense. Things came through the gate all over from what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Not just here.
Where were we? What city
so
were we
after
in
a couple You were in Baguna when that happened.
Okay. Mention that.
So yeah, as the everybody else sort of filters out, they again here you all see like they all make contact with Karini, like one by one they sort of like pat you and just as a way of welcoming you home back to the village.
So touchy here. So bright.
Are you on Ram's head?
Yeah.
You're just up there like
Judgy.
Like the opposite of your family. Everyone is like, oh.
Yeah. You like
It's just like,
after seeing your family, this is very weird for you.
I don't understand. I don't. There's something wrong with these people, I think. Oh God, or is it us?
It's you.
Uh,
Anyway,
So after a few minutes, everybody sort of filters out, and the doors outside sort of close, and Asira says, "I haven't been getting myself into anything, but," and then she looks at Craney and she says, "Have you told your friends what I am?"
No.
Very well.
You're not a hind?
No, I am, but I imagine, and she kind of looks at you, Ram. I guess it depends on how intact your memories are. What?
Cottonwood is like behind Ram, just like
She says, my people, a long time ago, they were hunted to extinction. Which, Ram, you did learn that when you had your vision of the one shot. You
oh yeah.
All of the hinds that were thought to be in the material plane had disappeared. And you could very well be looking at the last one. And she says, my people have a very special ability, but unfortunately it requires our life. And our blood can be used to infuse a weapon that does catastrophic damage to a god. And Ram, suddenly like a bolt of lightning, you remember hearing about what had happened to Ayun. And the amount of like blood and like sacrifice that it would have taken to do the damage that was done to her makes sense as to why they all disappeared. And if she's the last of her kind, it would make sense that they would come after her should they have located her, which it sounds like they did. And she explains, I have stayed here near the gate because it hid me for the most part from sight. It's worked my whole life until the gate came down. And then they were able to see me. And they came for me. But it requires both my blood and my heart. Thankfully, they got neither. And she kind of looks at Case, and Case he kind of like stands up very straight. And Ram, now that you have unlocked that memory of the last battle there, you know him. He was there with you at the very end. He was in your unit. And he sort of looks at you and gives no real, because he also does not have a mouth, and he gives no real sign of like recognition, But you get the sense that he knew when he saw you all those weeks ago that he knew exactly who you were. He was just a little surprised to see you. And then when you didn't know who he was, he just sort of let it go. There's sort of a sense of recognition now.
Say anything? Anything?
You sort of... Captain?
Me anymore?
Yes, I suppose that's true for both of us.
Sorry I punched you.
It's alright, I might have done the same. It was not easy the last time we saw each other.
Yeah, there's that, but punched you for no reason. But then you scared me.
Well, it had been quite a while since I'd seen any of our kind. I hear there's quite a gathering of them now.
Don't go, it'll give you a headache.
I imagine so.
You cannot avoid it forever.
I absolutely can when I live forever and I avoid it.
Well, then what are you gonna do when the sun explodes?
Avoid it in death.
She
You guys
gestures over Ram's head and just like,
Asir sort of chuckles a little bit, and she says, "Regardless, I have a favor to ask of you. My life here is ending, and Melora has offered me a place at her temple in the Feywild to live out my final days. It will be safe there, but I will need an escort eventually. And you and your friends seem like you would be the choice. Our warriors here are not equipped for such a thing. It won't be for a little while. I have affairs to set in order here."
you could come with me.
I'm not ready to go yet, my friend. I need you to go on ahead of me. Prepare it. You know where the temple is.
Aren't you afraid that something bad might happen the longer you stay?
It's a risk I have to take. I can't just leave these people. I have a duty to them. They've protected me my whole life.
How do you decide those sort of huge decisions? I'm not saying you're wrong or right, it just seems like a lot to put on one person.
She was
Well,
chosen.
Yes, but if you're chosen, doesn't that mean that it can't mean that you still don't have a choice to make?
I mean, I must choose a successor and make sure that the village is set before I leave. I cannot just abandon them.
Oh,
The
go
gate,
for Rainy.
the gate being back in place is offering me the protection it once was. For now. But I've had a good long life, and it is simply my time. Such is the way of nature.
Do you think it's better to know than to not know when you might die?
I guess that depends. I am not afraid of death. And she sort of looks at you, Elise, a little curiously. You bear some sort of mark from the Raven Queen, yes?
Elise hesitates, but nods, yes.
She has given you a task.
She has, and I've so far chose to accept it.
It's curious.
If you die, be careful on the way down.
What do you mean?
Elise thinks back. They were never told not to say anything about their mission, right?
No.
Yeah.
Just don't turn around.
Yeah, Elise says, when the Raven Queen summons me, she gave me a task, and that task was to walk in a way through the afterlife, I think, as either something actual or metaphorical, but there's something following me, something that gnashes, that lurks in the water, that hungers, that tempts.
You know what it is? Or who?
I do not know what it is, but I know that it wants something, and that we should not let it have whatever it wants. We must stay strong and willful. Which is why I tell you to please be careful as you die. I think it's supposed to be a peaceful thing, but I guess danger lurks around every corner, even in death.
It's true. The Raven Queen is good at her job, but there are those that would pervert and corrupt the moment.
I think that she is definitely doing her part. I still don't know why I was chosen to help out, but I don't think we get to pick whether we're chosen or not, is my understanding.
Do you want to find out?
Why I was chosen or what? There's a lot of what ifs in this situation.
She kind of smiles a little bit and she says, there is a sort of rite you could do that would give you a vision of what happened.
Do I get to eat the mushrooms?
There are some mushrooms involved, yes. She sort of gives a curious look at Karani, like, what have you been doing with these people?
It won't turn me into a cabbage, right?
Oh, correct response.
It shouldn't. Has that happened?
Okay.
Granny's just like, tell you later.
Could you help with this ritual? You're a plant person.
Ooh.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
I said, Karini, could you help with this ritual? You're a plant person, and maybe Aster, you like plants. I look at Graham and Claire, and I'm like, you guys don't seem to like plants that much.
I like plants.
Would I know how to do something like that?
Name 5 types of lichen.
Real.
The green kind, the blue kind, the green kind,
I think
Yeah,
the green-gray kind.
even if
Granny, you know. Sorry, there's a delay. Sorry.
Yeah, even if you're not kin, there is benefits to having your friends around you for such a ceremony, such a rite.
Granny, you've never performed the ceremony, but you've seen it done. It's sort of like a vision quest kind of thing.
Okay.
Like, some of your villagers have undergone it, but like you've never performed it. You've seen it done. You kind of know the basic principles, but like you figure that with all the people that are here, you could probably handle it. Especially if, like, you know, Cottonwood were to help, or, you know, anybody, your parents, even half a dozen of your cousins.
Riot? I've never personally done it, but there's plenty of people here that have.
You haven't done it yet.
Oh?
Have you not cried for a vision?
Nope.
Oh?
Let's go on a vision!
Vision quest. Vision quest.
Yeah, I've heard about these people. They go near Virus into the desert, and then they eat a cactus, a blue one, and then they all like run around naked and freak out.
You want us to eat peyote?
What?
Okay, never mind.
You mean peyote?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought this was called like an ashiguara, or is that the vine? There's different plants.
I don't know.
You
I know what
plant
peyote is, but
What kind of a bad trip have you been on? Damn it. Is your
Oh
toilet on
my
the
No,
way
I
from
never
you?
got to do this. My mom wouldn't let me. She was afraid that I'd get lost in the desert or kidnapped or both.
There were a lot of gnolls in the area.
I mean,
I look at
I mean,
Claire and wonder if they're actually a Nolan disguise.
if you would like to, we could perform the ceremony. And
yeah,
you
we could all do it
stay
together,
in
I
the village.
suppose.
Can Ram do the vision quest?
Okay, I've had a lot of visions and yeah, no, I'm good. I'll just keep watch.
Alright.
Are you sure? I don't want you to feel unincluded.
Oh,
It's
no.
generally for one person, but
Right. Well, I can go get set up for that if you want.
Or
She
the
sort of
spinach
looked-
cups.
we'll serve those. I had them set up a feast for Karini, so if you wish, we could do the ceremony and then feast afterwards.
You're gonna have you'll be hungry coming out of it.
Mm.
Okay.
And dehydrated. And nauseous.
Wait, if I'm hungry and nauseous and thirsty, those are not good combinations.
Well, perhaps it could be a combination
Ooh.
of vertigo and hunger and
You
a
can
deep sense of sticking your head in a river.
fill up on the snail dumplings afterwards.
What? Oh, do they have garlic and butter, the little escargot, or whatever they're called?
There's
they're-
like an herbal
they're
dipping
dumplings.
sauce.
They're
Yeah.
dumplings and it's saucy, and some of the times you can be spicy.
Mm.
I heard they're going to be making. I can smell it right now. Some japchae, really saucy fermented noodle.
Fucking watch out, Jay. I'm so hungry. My mom burned our pizza.
No.
No.
We're getting pizza.
No.
That's why I went off. That's why That's why during the introduction I left for a few minutes to take the phone call.
Yeah,
Well-
Karini, you know that the japchae is your favorite dish that they're
Oh, yeah.
preparing for you being home.
Noodles.
Needles. Well, I'll go start setting up for a vision quest, I suppose.
Thank you, my friend.
Yeah. Let's talk. She
Yeah.
ducks out.
All
Is
right.
there anything else? I mean, is there anything else we need to know as because I'm sure we'll obviously be back. I mean, I'll at least be back to help
Pizza's been here. I'll be right back.
help you get into, Honor's temple or whatever. But we're sort of doing all sorts of stuff, running around all over the place. Is there anything else that we need to know or you need us to do?
Are you searching for something in particular while you're out running around?
I don't know.
She sort of looks up
Good
at
question.
Aster.
You just finished
She
a
looks
bunch
up
of
at
stuff.
Aster,
Hi.
and she says, "It's a curious staff that you carry there, child."
Yep.
Par for the course.
I sense that its power is yet completely, not completely within your grasp.
Are you offering to help with that? You got something
I
best?
can take a look at it.
Hmm.
It's curious. It gives off a strange aura.
She's gonna untangle it from her mass of hair, and this takes like a good 2 minutes because it's just in there, has to unknot it, and at some point it's stuck, so she just takes a knife, chops off that chunk of hair, and hands it over.
She just looks at it. Curious.
Somewhere right now, Athelstan is cringing with a huge shudder just rippling down his spine.
She sort of pulls the little tuft of hair off and sets it down. She looks at it. And she says, "Where did you find this?
Holt had
It's
it.
a relic of divinity."
There was a cult. We got it away from them. We were tasked with getting it away from them. That's what we're
Well.
returning from.
Ah, I understand. Things have been very dark lately. Omens,
Yeah. Oh.
portents, that sort of thing. It would make sense if they're looking for these leftovers from a time long ago. This, I sense, is in its most dormant form. But as you grow, child, it would grow with you if you let it. But you must work with it. Let it show you its power. You seem like you have a grasp on nature.
Sure.
She's very good at it.
It works
You
only outside of battle. It's
50% of the time, every time.
I
Yep.
don't think.
She sort of hands it back up to you. If you let it, and you listen with your soul, with your heart, you might hear its call.
Who's talking and what call is going on? Sorry, I didn't get that.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't mean physically.
Oh.
I mean, maybe that works, but it tastes like bark and a little bit of like mud from the swamp.
Oh.
A delicacy.
But if you work with it, it will grow with you.
All right. Guess I'll have to actually start paying attention to this thing instead of using it to tie back my hair, or at least 1/5 of my hair. I have a lot of hair. Had a lot of hair.
So you're using a weapon that was gifted by the gods to hold your hair back. It's just totally tracks for Aster.
I mean,
Giant
it's not much
hair
different than Scanlan bong ripping a sacred flute.
That's true. That's very
No.
true.
Yeah,
But-
makes sense.
Anyways, let's get your friend here on their vision quest.
All right.
We get to wear a fancy robe.
Would you like one?
Yeah.
I'm sure that can be arranged.
There's some nice ones here. They might be a bit big for you.
That's okay. It's fashion. Oversized is in.
I'll get one of my I'll run over to my house and get just one of those wrap shirts. It should be long enough to be a robe for Elise.
A little hand-me-down from when you were a kid.
Yeah, it's
Just a little calf.
That's awesome.
it probably doesn't go with your aesthetic, but here you go, and it's bright orange.
I'm versatile and I'm serving.
And it's got green swirls all over it.
And then I vogue
It's
on the swamp grounds.
Orange and green batik fabric. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Okay, so you head back out into the village, and that sort of center platform, that's sort of in the trees there. You can see Cottonwood's up there. They've set up a sort of little stand with some cups on it, and what looks like the entire village has gathered around this. There are a lot of people here. And Asir
like an
sort of
audience?
leads the way.
Our village sort of does everything together.
When you say everything, let's just move
no,
on.
look, don't be weird about it.
You went there, not me. Ha 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 ha.
You all sort of make your way. The crowd sort of parts to let you through. You see Cottonwood up there. Assyria sort of ascends the steps and leads you up. And Elise, you're sort of like placed like right in the middle in your new fancy orange and green robe.
When you sit down, Cottonwood like runs their fingers along the fabric and is like, "Good choice, nice style."
I look like a big carrot.
Kinda.
It is
Well,
super bright.
I mean, his
Yes.
aesthetic seems to be very Nickelodeon.
No.
And the rest of you are told to sort of sit in a circle around Elise, and you'll take up a position. And Elise, Cottonwood hands you a cup, and there's some sort of like very foul-smelling but also brightly colored liquid inside.
Does it smell slightly fruity?
It definitely has the smell of fermentation.
In the background, somebody goes, "Oh yeah."
Taste the rainbow, dear.
What's it back?
So do I just like knock
Nick
it back?
Just
Is there a
nick it.
chaser?
Nick it.
Okay.
So you drink it.
Yeah. Down. I raise it to cheers and then just
Yeah, Cottonwood will go with them.
yeah. Whee!
That generally speaking, this is something that they go on their own.
Oh no, yeah, just to pull them back, like holding in ground.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, you help get them settled down after Elise makes this or takes the drink, and Elise, make me a Constitution saving throw.
I knew
Oh yeah, I
it.
didn't mean that I was drinking the stuff. Sorry.
I thought you meant you were going on this journey with them. I'm like, no, you're not.
No, that's not how that works. No.
You can go on your own.
Hey, remember when I was doing all the nat 20s earlier and I was like, yeah, I'm using these for things I don't need right now.
Fucking perfect.
One.
So good.
What did you roll?
You roll a natural one.
You rolled a natural
Wow.
1?
So I rolled a nat 20 to listen to a language I don't understand. But I rolled a natural 1 for a fucking vision quest. Everything's
Hang
going
on a
fine.
sec.
This is great.
You guys want some pizza before I go on this crazy vision quest? It has pepperoni peppers, spinach, artichokes, and balsamic on it.
All right. So
Pasta.
as you sort of take this back, it burns, and it's just disgusting. And like for a minute there, you're pretty sure that like it's just gonna like repeat on you, and then all of a sudden, like those of you who are around, can I help you?
Is your blood sugar okay?
Yeah, have you eaten?
Yeah, I ate like right before we started, so I'm fine. She just wants attention.
You sure?
Well, let the
Yeah,
gargoyle
I-
perch.
I'm fine. Hi. Okay, come here. Mommy's in the middle of something.
Exactly.
She says, but I'm in the middle of something.
Also,
No,
what
she-
about-
And something.
Her new thing is that she wants to go up there and chew on my lights.
No, pasta, you cannot do that.
That's spicy string pasta.
Don't do it.
I would use to lick my laptop charger on the end so that I could taste the electricity.
Oh my gosh.
Any
the more
boozle.
stories I know about me when I was younger makes me think I was kind of a fucked up kid.
And anyways, as this stuff hits, Elise, you are immediately, your stone in your chest begins to glow and pulse. And it is brighter than any of you have ever seen it at this point.
Do I look
And it
like
just sort of like, you definitely look interesting. Your eyes begin to like leak this dark fluid, and your mouth as well, and you just sort of are filled with this everything just sort of like around you sort of stops. All the noise, all the weather, everything just sort of stops. And you hear what sounds like an explosion, which sounds very familiar to you. And you are taken back to that moment where you were in a seaside temple, and you had reached out to touch what looked like a gem, when all of a sudden there was a flash of green light and pain, and it felt like you were being pulled apart. And then all of a sudden you were back together, but you were in a place you didn't recognize. It was a city of black glass and tall spires, and there were... Can I help you?
Asta
There
wants to
were...
help us.
There were, you saw what looked to be ethereal beings moving through the streets. And they paid you no mind. But you were drawn to this sort of central spire. It was taller than all the others. And, no, you cannot drink my water. I'm sorry. You're pulled through, like, you just sort of felt yourself drawn to this building. And as you sort of enter, the large stone doors that swung inward, and as you sort of approach these doors, you notice that on these doors there are two balanced scales. And you made you immediately recognize that this is the symbol of Kalimvor, the god of the dead. And you're pretty sure that you died.
Oops.
And as you sort of enter this building, you find yourself in a large marble hall. And at the far end, there is what looks to be a large iron gate, like filigree sort of intertwined and that sort of thing. And beyond that gate, you can hear what sounds like rushing water.
Oh, fuck. Question, do I remember this? This is what I'm experiencing now, right? Or
yes,
is it a flashback? Okay.
As this happens, it feels very familiar.
Okay.
As though this is probably what happened that you don't remember. Because there's a gap in your memory from when you found the stone to now.
Okay. That makes sense. I was just clarifying.
Yeah. And you hear voices. You hear what sounds like a male voice, sort of deep and booming, and you hear a female voice. That sounds very familiar. And they're talking low as they stand near what looks to be a table. And you see on this table, you see a set of scales. And you recognize Kalimvor, who is talking to the Raven Queen. And as you approach, you start to make out what it is that they're saying. And you hear him saying, "You know as well as I do that you cannot get involved. The omens, they're not good, but you cannot get involved." And she says, you hear her say, "It is my duty. They're my champion." And as you sort of approach, Kalimvor looks up and he says, "What are you doing here, child?" And the Raven Queen turns and looks, and you hear Kalimvor say, "You've chosen poorly. Send them back." And the Raven Queen says, "No, I recognize a strength in this one that I have not seen in many, many years. Let them try." And Kalimvor, he sort of paces back and forth a little bit, and he says, "You know you are only afforded one. If you choose this one, and they succeed, are you willing to give up Carol?" And
Whomst?
Caro. Karo. And the Raven Queen sort of pauses for a minute and says, Caro has served me loyally. They've earned their rest. If they choose, I will let them go.
Caro's the person
then-
we were just talking to, right?
What? I'm sorry, say that again?
Caro's the person we were just talking to?
Sierra.
No. No.
Who's Caro?
Make me a history check. You should actually have this information, but we'll see.
I'm not good at names.
Nope. Not with that roll. That's a net one.
Inspiration.
Sure, go for it.
You rolled another nat 1?
Yes, I
Two
rolled
nat 20s and then two nat 1s. That's absurd.
Baby Jesus Christ, lizard.
Oh fuck. Okay, that's better, I guess.
The name sounds familiar, but you don't know why. But the Raven Queen turns and looks at you. And she like immediately, like you can tell that immediately they see the stone in your chest. And you sort of look down and that stone is embedded in your chest. It wasn't there when you touched it, but it's there now.
The other one?
No, the green one.
Oh yeah, okay. I was like, wait, there's two of me now?
No. And Kalimvor says, they will have a time of it with that. You know that is a piece of him.
Not to interrupt everything. I mean, I already assume I'm on bad terms with you, but who is him? Who is Caro? Am I allowed to ask questions on this vision quest? Are you both real, or is this like a imaginary, sort of like this is my inner demon kind of thing?
He just sort of raises an eyebrow. This is who you chose as your champion. After all of this time. And he just sort of looks at you and he says, we do not speak his name. There's power in names. You may know him as the Chained Oblivion.
Oh. Wait, he was your champion before?
No, child. She says gently. Are you willing to take a test?
I didn't study, but I would be.
It's not that kind of test.
Oh, even better. I think I have something to prove here. And I look at the other death god. My brain says his name's Calvin, but it's not Calvin.
Kalimvor.
Kalimvor, yes.
Yes. So you have since learned that Kalimvor is the god of death. The Raven Queen is the god of the moment of death.
Yeah.
That crossing between going from the land of the living to the afterlife.
Mhm.
She has dominion over that moment. It is her job to protect the souls that cross the river and go either they're sent to one of the 9 hells, or they're sent through the mists to the upper planes.
Oh.
Her champion's job is to guide them through the mists.
I used her a few sessions ago in the other game.
And she sort of says, she says, you will not remember this meeting, but if you choose to take this test, you will, for the most part, be on your own.
Oh, okay.
If you prove yourself worthy, you may become a great champion.
That's the plan so far.
And she looks at Kalimvor. Are you really willing to let them try? And Kalimvor says, you have waited long enough. If you are truly willing to choose a new champion, that is on you. I cannot decide that for you. And the Raven Queen sort of looks back at you. She says, I believe in this one. And he says, very well. Take them. I will not weigh their soul until they return. And then the Raven Queen sort of stretches out a hand, and like it's almost like impossibly large, but if you reach out for it, your hand fits perfectly in it.
I kind of look at it and my eyes widen because that's kind of freaky.
Suddenly you're standing in a very familiar spot, the sound of the raging river around you. And you hear the sound of chains. And suddenly you remember the vision you originally had of her telling you, do not look back.
Mm-hmm.
If you can walk out, you will have proven yourself. It is not an easy task ahead of you. And as you sort of look around, you find that you're not alone. There is a figure standing there beside the Raven Queen. Tall, almost, I would say about 7 feet tall. Sort of hunched over a little bit, wearing a big robe that's sort of pulled over their head. And they hold a purple lantern. And they sort of look at you, and the Raven Queen, she says, This is Caro. He is my boatman. It is his job to assist me in guiding the souls. Should you survive, you may choose.
Choose what?
The life of a champion is not an easy one. But should you make it out of here, your soul will be your own to decide your fate. Should you fail, you will belong to chaos.
Okay. I guess I am. What exactly do I have to do? Make it out of here with tall, dark, and purple?
He will be checking in on you as time goes on, but he has other duties.
I
Look
turn
to.
Caro. And I say, how do you avoid that thing in the river? You know, the one. The big.
He does not answer, but you get a sort of good look at his face finally, and he is. He's very, like, barely more than a skeleton at this point. Like, he has obviously been in service for a very long time.
Question, will that happen to me, or can I keep my face skin at least?
You may choose whatever form you wish, should you become the champion.
Very interesting. At least it's like a little bit hysterical and trying to use humor to cope. Like, you know. Okay, I guess I'll be going then. Nice to meet you, Caro. I guess test time?
Remember.
Uh-huh.
The wolves inside your head are worse than the ones outside.
Like my
They
ears
will.
and my nose and my mouth?
She sort of chuckles a little bit.
Is this some sort? I don't get them. I don't get it, but okay. I agree.
It is not an easy road that you will walk. You will be tempted many times, both outside and within. But it's not the dogs in the street you must worry about. The wolf inside your head is louder than any voice you will ever hear. Doubt can be deafening.
Okay.
Surround yourself with those who can help you, support you. The threads of fate will do the rest. And then everything sort of goes blank. You don't remember after that, but you remember being told that you had to walk out. And now, as the sort of like vision begins to clear a little bit, you can the sound of the river lessens for one, and the sound of the chains is still there, but it seems further away, as though you have made some kind of progress.
Okay, that's good.
In the time that you've been traveling with your friends, and you look down now at your chest, and you can see those threads that lead from you up the river. And as you sort of glance at the like river's edge, you can see that the water is not moving nearly as fast as it was. Still pretty quickly, but you are definitely higher in the falls than you were.
Okay.
And then the vision sort of comes out of it. And then I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Ram.
Eh.
Okay. So, as you sort of stand up and like your vision begins to clear, the sound of the forest creeps back in, and the rest of you sort of see like the light in their stone dims, and the sort of black inky goo goes back where it belongs, and they no longer look like they're half possessed, and they sort of stumble to their feet. But after a moment, their vision sort of clears, and Elise, you find yourself once again in Karini's village, surrounded by your friends.
Hungry, thirsty, and nauseous and dizzy at the same time.
Yep. And that's where we're gonna go to break, because I gotta pee. I'll just pull it right from the episode.
Dun, dun,
Dun,
dun, dun.
Ugh.
Hi. I'm sure that sounds really weird with the ram box on.
It made it more
It happens.
metal.
Yeah.
That's okay. Cool.
Emperor's New Groove. He's singing his
Groove
own
my groove.
music.
God, what a legend.
That's just
The best
Karani
character
sneaking
of
around the
all
village
time.
when she thinks nobody's looking. Effie over there punching
May or
the
may not have
microphone.
done that as a child. We'll never know.
I feel like Cottonwood definitely caught you doing that a couple of times. You're just creeping around the village making your own theme music.
I was the smallest child. Of course I would.
Guys?
Yeah.
I don't feel so good. And I start to. I like go to
Oh,
like sit.
jeez,
on-
I thought you were like
No,
I thought you were
I'm
like-
out of character. I don't feel so good either, but I'm fine. It's really
Wait a-
cold outside, y'all.
It's really cold.
No, but
Okay.
it does not feel so good, Mr. So starts to sit on the floor.
The best thing for this will be food. Let's take you in there.
Oh,
Should be ready
okay.
by now.
Graham,
Maybe soup
Yeah?
or something.
could you help bring me to the food?
So
You
as
want me
you
to
look
carry
around,
you?
Please.
as you look around, like not that far away, sort of an area has been set up that is like outdoor seating, and there's like a feast that has been prepared, and everybody sort of, yeah. The food is amazing, and like it has its own sort of like foresty flair to it. With like there's noodles that are in sort of a real thick sauce, and what is going on here? God damn it, Sophia!
We just lost the game.
What?
Lost the game?
Damn it.
Yep.
Fuck.
Ugh.
So if you
Rude.
guys look away for a few seconds from Elise, if you turn back, Elise's face bursts into a plate full of japchae, just like asleep. It's like face down.
No, you eat them. I'm like shoveling it into your mouth.
Open as I sleep, and I'm just chewing in my sleep. My face is covered in
Yeah.
sauce.
To be fair, you've done that
Elise-
before.
Please
Yeah,
would
just hold it.
absolutely eat in their sleep, yes.
Oh,
Get that energy back up, alright.
You're like a boxing coach. Come on, get back in there.
Get in there.
After eating a
Sereni's entire role
kind of
in
like
this.
comes back too, and it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
thirsty.
They like waft the spinach puffs under your nose.
Oh.
Yeah,
And
Would
then
you like to try a snail dumpling?
I consume the snail dumpling in one swallow, just like Pac-Man, the snail dumplings.
Ow.
Lots of herbs.
so
Where
yeah,
did
as
they
you
put it
all
all?
sort of enjoy, like there's a little murmur of conversation. Half of Karini's family is there telling embarrassing stories about when she was a kid. You know, like just like there was this one time that she was running through the woods barefoot and just like face first into a wild rose bush, and just all kinds of things like that.
Sounds
You
like
get the sense
my
that Karini was
childhood.
rather clumsy when she was a child.
Sounds like my real life childhood.
Same.
Same. My knees are not knees, they're scar tissue.
Yeah. Yeah. Same. Too real. Anyways, so as you're sort of sitting around and stuff, Ram, you see sort of just kind of keeping an eye on you. You see Case.
So
No, we're
anyway,
silent. Okay, there we go.
uh, what did you see on your vision quest, Elise? As I'm completely ignoring the other Warforged in the room.
I think Elise is still passed out.
Elise says a lot of things, like a lot of things, like all the things.
Oh,
Good or
A lot of
bad?
Hold on
Thanks.
1 second, and I just like down a pitcher of water, just gulping it, and like
Yeah.
I'm splashing some on my face because my face is covered in sauce. I
It'd be
kind of
really
like
good
this
water
with my
here.
face, and that with the sleeve of Karani's coat, and then I prestidigitation it and the coat, and I go,
could have
well,
just prestidigitated your face, but okay.
it was for dramatic effect, and it's not like I forgot that I could do that.
Okay.
Anyways, as I was saying, I saw the god of death, as one does. I don't think he likes me very much, but I feel like he'll come around eventually. Everybody does. I'm very charming.
Graham, you remember he didn't really like anybody.
Yeah, he doesn't really like anybody.
Okay, I didn't take it personally anyways, but it's good to know that he is equally hateful.
I wouldn't even say hateful. I think I would go with jaded.
He's made out of rock?
Not that kind of jade.
Oh, okay. He didn't look like he was
Grumpy.
made out of rock. He had these really weird scales.
I do have a picture of him to show you. Give me
He
one
hot?
moment
Have
here.
Grumpy
I've
man.
seen him. Like, did I see
Yeah.
him? Okay.
Is he hot?
Yeah, in that final battle, like when Warby fell, you saw him, and you've seen him before that too.
Right.
But this is what you saw.
Oh.
Right.
He wears a
Oh?
mask.
Is his body hot?
Is he single? What?
Wow.
Anyways, I
Oh dear.
saw the Raven Queen, I'm apparently in the becoming a champion or something. It kind of went back to that whole thing about chosen and choosing that I just had that conversation about. It was almost as if this was all planned.
What's it?
There's the
I
I don't
image of
think
the
so.
Raven
I was
Queen.
just talking.
This one's the Raven Queen?
Yes.
Is she single?
Mommy, sorry, mommy.
Yes, have y'all seen her in Legend of Vox Machina? She's awesome.
Haven't seen it yet. No spoilers.
I won't, but her art is cool as well, I'm saying.
Yeah.
So after that, Elise says I have to do this quest. I met her current champion. He's like skin and bone, and I don't mean in the sense that he's skinny. I mean in the sense that he is actually just bone, pretty much.
So just
Does he?
bone, no skin.
But she said that if I became her champion, I could choose whatever visage I wanted. So
Ooh.
I mean, my body's already pretty perfect, but I can think of a few extras. I don't know
Get a
why.
massage?
Seems kind of like, I don't know. It's expected, I feel, if you're going to die that you'll see skeletons. I would choose something more surprising. I feel like he went very pedestrian about it.
Chat wants to know if Aster is just horny for everyone or if this is Keisha.
Yes.
That was my reply too.
Hey.
Whoa. I feel like it's appropriate
Anyways.
if you become a champion, you get to choose your own aesthetic. It's like the drum majors in our marching band got to pick their own outfits. Just do.
Your village has a drum queen?
Oh, this is in my real life in marching band.
Yeah.
I've been a nerd for a long time.
Same though.
That was an orchestra.
I
We had to go
never
sit
missed-
after the band practice and sit and all y'all spit. 'Cause y'all be spitting everywhere.
I was in both band and orchestra. They were the same thing.
When I was in high school, all my friends were in band, but I can't play an instrument to save my life. I never missed a pep band the 4 years that I was in school. So my senior year, they gave me a shirt that said pep band groupie on it.
That's amazing. I love that.
That's great.
Yeah.
Elise says, yeah, so yeah, I'm doing that whole champion thing.
Just casually, I'm doing that champion thing.
Yeah, I've been
No,
doing it
the
for a
champion
while.
grind.
Big deal. It's fine.
Also, my eyes are really sore.
It's on that champion grind.
And like,
Oh, there was goop coming out of it.
oh,
A lot
that's
of
why they
goop.
said that my holes in my head are dangerous.
Are
Are you sure they said that?
They said the wolf in my brain is worse than the dogs outside. Also, my holes are dangerous.
Esther's like reaching out a finger to like stick in your ear.
I'm just gonna like.
Now you do a religion check to see if that's something the Raven Queen, like part of the Raven Queen's teachings.
Your holes in your.
Sure.
The holes in your head.
Dangerous.
Maybe Karady should be own Raven Queen. If the Raven Queen really believes that. Come on. For once.
I understand.
Once
why
in your
Alex
life, roll well.
was like, "Are you sure about this one?"
Okay. Only okay.
So, you're pretty sure that they mean wolf, not holes. Because there's a saying about the wolf that lives inside your head. But this is Elise you're talking about. They very well could mean holes.
All right. Metaphors. Anyway, eat up. Oh, Karini's eating more than you've seen her eat this whole time.
Yeah, and like your parents
Scarf and
keep coming
noodles like
by.
your job.
Yeah, your parents keep coming by and dropping off like spinach puffs and like pastries and stuff like that. Like your mom just keeps going, "You're too skinny. You're too skinny."
Just eating like bowls full of noodles.
To make more noodles during our travels.
I would not be opposed to that.
Can we get a recipe, please? Someone, tall people.
You're like instantly handed like 3 pieces of parchment that have the recipe written on it.
The only problem with it is
There's a
that
fermentation process, so it might take a while to get the ingredients. But
I'll figure it
Question.
out.
you're a druid, you can do it.
Question: do I see any pickled tentacles or eyeballs?
No.
Okay.
We're landlocked.
No, it's all
No
very
tentacles.
rich, sort of like foresty food here.
You can still
And
eat
like-
eyeballs out of anything if they have eyeballs.
Aster, you're constantly distracted by all the little fey creatures running around, like the little seedlings with the flowers, and like they dart around you and stuff, and you see the little the baby dandelion has like fallen asleep on your feet.
Oh my god.
So cute.
Aster's just like he's just dying.
Reggie and Emmy are sharing a bowl of pasta between the two of them, like a little tiny bowl, little saucer. It's very adorable.
Mhm.
And Ram, you begin to notice that like not only can you understand them, but like the seedlings and the little flower sprites, you can understand them too.
This is weird.
What's weird? Alright, stupid question. What specifically weird thing are you talking about right now?
Everything is weird.
Yeah.
The seedlings are talking.
What are they saying?
What are they saying?
Mostly just, like inane chatter about the food or you know, the fact that like they either just got here or they're planning on going back through the gate, that sort of thing. You know, making a trip home, just stuff like that. Real basic sort of things. Nothing super exciting.
There's
I
Nothing
understand.
really exciting, just
What was that,
talking
Karina?
travel plans and stuff.
Do I understand them?
Yeah, as soon as you cross through the veil, you understand them.
Oh, okay.
And Ram, you also understand Tim and Nanaka. The dandelions and their pride that's here. There's about 7 total here.
Speaking Sylvan or Primordial?
The dandelions are talking to you.
I feel like I can't understand.
Make nature checks if you would like there, Elise.
No, because I speak Primordial, so I was asking.
Oh, it's definitely not primordial.
Oh, no.
I'm very confused.
Oh. Question. Are there any cool rocks on the ground? Or on the table?
Make an investigation check.
Make a rock check.
Geology check.
Rock roll.
I've eaten so much pizza. This is like the most pizza I've eaten in a long time. I've had like 4 slices. I normally have 1.5 or 2. I'm
You
so
were hungry.
Mm-hmm.
It's because of the cold.
Gotta hibernate.
Yeah, but I spent most of the day in bed.
I'm ready.
I didn't do any of my stretches today or my exercise.
You do find one sort of like rock that kind of has like a special moss growing on it. That's kind of cool.
I show it to Aster and Karani.
Aster is like, huh.
What is this?
Moss on a rock.
No, but it
She
looks
eats
different.
some of the moss. What is it?
Is it the good shit?
Roll me a d6.
That's a good. Oh, why would I need a
Just
d6?
roll me a d6.
Roll a d6. Oh, that's not how you do it. Yay!
Okay, so you all watch as a very familiar moss beard grows on Aster's face.
This seems familiar.
So for the next hour, you have a moss beard.
Mm.
It looks good on you, I suppose.
Mm. I'm not opposed to this.
It's very soft.
It is very soft. She like whaps you with the beard.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually hurt, Ram, but you pretend it does.
Yeah, I do. Hey, that's fun.
I feel powerful
You are powerful.
because I have a beard.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. Bridget.
So anyways, the feast carries on for a little while, and, you know, the sun goes down completely, and the village lights up with little, like, fireflies come out, and it's very, very beautiful, very peaceful here. Night wears on. They tell you that space has been cleared for you to sleep if you would choose to stay in the village for the night.
You can stay in my house.
Hey.
Well, I don't know. How much room is there inside, I guess? I'm small compared to the rest of them, so maybe more room.
There
in
would be
mine.
enough room in there for your friends. Your parents offered to go sleep in one of the like other places for the night so that you and your friends can all stay together.
Cool.
Give you some privacy if you wish.
Is it gay to sleep in your friend's parents' bed?
Do my parents live with me?
I don't know.
I'm like 100 and
That's what I
something.
thought, but like, I don't know.
100 and you still live with your parents.
Wait.
That's too close to real life,
You
and I'd
can make
rather
that
not.
choice. You can make that choice if you want. So, like, if you don't live with your parents, then they go to their own house.
I'm
But-
gonna say no.
Okay.
This
So,
is a
you
fantasy,
guys
and
go
I'm
to-
gonna live it.
Yeah. Creamy takes you to their house specifically. And you can describe what this house looks like.
Yeah, what does it
Other
look
than
like?
it's up on.
Well, on the map, it's the one in the middle on the bottom. It's brown, and there's
The one with the
like
brown swirl roof.
You don't have a hole in your roof.
No, sorry. But there's like some little steps that go up to the actual house, and underneath the house, there's all like herbs and dried flowers hanging. And inside the house, there's herbs and dried flowers hanging, just kind of everywhere. There's like a hand-carved little symbol of Everlight on the wall. And like all the chairs are really just like cushions. They're not like chairs. It's like beanbag chairs everywhere. Yeah. It's just like cozy. There's like really nice, brightly colored fabrics in autumnal colors. If draped, make it look pretty. Yeah. Cozy. It's cozy. There's candles everywhere. Haven't been lit in a while.
I try very hard not to, like, touch or break anything.
There's probably not a lot of breakable stuff in here.
Beads hanging in the doorways.
Yeah, the wooden beads from like the 70s.
Yep.
Yes.
Hey, welcome to my house. Yeah. It's like nice. It's nice. And there's like a thatch roof, I assume, or slats or something.
Yeah. Very comfy, very cozy. That sort of thing. And you notice, Craney and Aster with your passives, you notice that Cottonwood has gone. They sort of slipped away.
Oh. That seems to be the norm, though.
Yeah.
Mm.
Probably went
Aster,
back
you do
to
find,
the-
like, sort of at your sort of elbow, you do find one of the, like, a very familiar looking cup of very familiar looking tea that you've had once before from them. They left it there for you.
Very happily, just like cupping it and just.
You're just sort of chilling. And Akka decides to stay with you for the night.
And for life.
They seem to have, like, taken a liking to Aster. Because Aster's small, and Akka's small. So they're kind of like, yeah, we're going to hang out.
Smalls.
Smalls.
You're a little
Mhm.
kitten like me. You're just a baby kitten like me.
Yes,
Once
exactly.
inside, Elise just walks to the bed and just yeah, just like that.
Yeah.
Face plants into the bed and is out.
Yeah, they've had a day.
Yeah. At one point while you guys are talking, you just hear Elise fart because they've had a lot of fiber at dinner.
Oh no. We should light those candles. Or maybe
Peter
we
says,
shouldn't.
What a weird,
Place
scaly
might
kitten.
explode.
And from the fart monster.
There you go.
So yeah,
Alright,
I'm gonna
is
be
there-
under the house tonight.
Is there anything that anybody would like to do before bed?
I think Karini's gonna kind of fall into her like normal at-home routine, like do the meditation before bed, say a prayer or whatever. And then just kind of cocoon into
Familiar.
a big pile of pillows.
Yeah,
and
you just like
cushions.
blanket burrito yourself in.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Like
Cozy.
fluff up one, punch it up a little bit, slide it to the side, and just lay on the floor.
Oh, the bed's on the floor too, so it doesn't matter. Everything's just
Aka
cushion.
curls up on the pillow next to you.
Aww.
They make biscuits, little lion biscuits.
I just
Ram, are
knit.
you? Yeah. Ram, this is probably the safest you felt since coming to Wildcall when you were in that old shrine. This is probably the safest that you felt since then. With sense of peace. And at some point you do feel Case sort of questing around for you. You can choose answer or not.
Or I'll answer.
Do you want to talk?
And what are we talking about?
I don't know. I get the sense that you remember me now.
Yeah. You. I remember that final battle. Over there.
Interesting. I was. It was not pretty.
Putting it lightly.
Well, if we can't joke about it, what can we do?
Good point.
You do not have to talk to me, Captain. It's been a long time.
Not captain anymore, you know that.
You'll always be my captain.
I'm sorry I punched you.
It's alright. How long had you been awake?
This time, probably 2 months?
Before you saw him, from what you sort of figured out, yeah, about 2 months. And it's been a little bit since then now, so. You don't have it, like, exact yet, because you haven't fully put yourself back together, but.
Like I have my chronometer fixed.
Yeah.
But 2 months now. I've only been fairly weak.
I've been awake for quite a while.
How long?
I never went completely to sleep.
Oh. Why?
I chose to stay behind, like many of us did. And set sort of reminders to wake myself up every now and then, check on how the world progressed.
I know we could do that.
Yeah. You also know that like you're pretty sure number one you woke up earlier and went back to stasis. So, like you were awake for a while. You just don't know exactly how long you were awake during that period. Like you put yourself back into stasis. So.
I woke up at some. I don't really remember much.
Time does damage to us all, even us.
I never asked you why you never went back.
I don't think so, no.
Why didn't you?
When we were made for one thing and one thing only. We weren't given a choice. Sent straight to the front lines. And as we were sort of sent through the other realms, we gained our awareness of ourselves. And I did not wish to go back to being an us.
I think that's what I was struggling with most.
Do you know who you are anymore?
I know who I am now.
And who are you now?
Ram.
And who is Ram?
Somebody who will defend their friends fiercely and doesn't answer to anyone.
Sounds like a captain I knew once. Perhaps a bit older and wiser.
Older. Wiser, I can't really hear. Damn. I know I changed after Warby died. And I think that's when I decided not to go.
Losing one's bondmate is never easy. You seem to have found good friends.
Yeah, they're okay.
You must be more than that if you're traveling with them. You can't have changed that much.
They're good people.
I'm glad. Do you
I
have
don't know
any
where I'd be without
questions?
them. I wouldn't even know where to begin. You know,
You were told to ask about the soul plates. Just out of character. Moose here. But that's up to you if you... Yes, Bilphis.
oh,
Bilphis
right.
told you to ask Case to tell you the story about the soul plates, but you don't have to. It's totally fine. There are other Warforged that can tell you the story.
I forgot. I forgot. It's fine. Everything's fine here. How are you?
Largely very dangerous.
Delphus told me to ask about the soul plates.
Oh.
Yeah? I don't remember.
Bilphis told you that they had caused quite a bit of trouble when you left Mechanus.
They caused trouble and I don't remember why.
How intact are your memories?
50-50?
Okay. Do you recall the story that was handed down to all of us about how we became what we are.
No.
He wants to know.
And that's why we're having this conversation. Why are you being so difficult? Sorry, I'm fine. Everything's fine. How are you?
Again.
Well, when we were created, Ayun sort of infused the soul forge with the ability to grant life, as you know. That's how we sort of came into being. But we were meant to stay under Primus's control. We were made in a plane of absolute law. But once we were outside of that plane, things began to change. Souls are wild. They are unpredictable at best. If they had wanted true soldiers that did nothing but make war, they should have left those soul plates off. We could have been husks and nothing more. But Ayun, in whatever wisdom she had, granted us this ability to learn. So we learned from the mortals around us, from the other deities, from everyone. That's what we did. We learned. And we taught each other. And one day, there was one Warforged who asked the question, what is our true purpose? And it sort of sent the gods reeling. We could talk back. We could defy orders. There were several who broke away and never returned from the collective. There are some who think that that weakens the collective, but from what I've seen, it does not. But for us to question whether or not our souls are our own was unheard of. And there were a few gods that wished to do away with us right then and there. Start over. Ayun was one of the few gods who fought for us to stay the way we are. We are our own beings. We may be part of a greater whole, but we are our own beings. Can learn to feel things. Happiness, sadness, passion, love, grief, all of it. And it made them question what they were sending into battle. Was it truly worth the cost? What they were doing to us, let alone everything around us. And then the war stagnated, dragged on for forever. Zariel fell. We almost lost. You know her fate.
Yeah.
Better than most.
Else?
It was you who set her free.
A big what?
You have this information, woman.
Oh my god.
So basically,
The high-level one-shot that you guys did.
I'm sorry. It's been a week.
It's fine. So the high-level one-shot that you did Ram's
Zariel.
team.
I thought you meant Ruta.
Yes. No, Zariel.
Yeah, no, that I knew. I thought you
Okay.
said-
So what I'm gathering is that Keli shouldn't meet Ram.
Well, I mean, Keli knows Ram for sure, but Keli doesn't
No.
really.
Doesn't know Ram's new designation.
No, does not. They wouldn't recognize. Well, I mean, they might recognize each other, but like, they wouldn't necessarily know. But your team was the one that released Zariel from her chains, and she was returned. She was forbidden to leave Mount Celestia ever again. But she did help turn the war back in our favor.
Are you mad? Angry? All the time?
Not all of the time. It is impossible to be around these people and be angry all of the time. They are annoyingly calm. But I do get angry, yes. We were treated like less than dogs. Made and thrown at an enemy, recycled, just to do it all over again. Cruel. That's the thing about war. There's fault on both sides. But history is written by the victor.
As we know.
The Accords were a good thing. Don't get me wrong. Put the gods on one side, mortal beings to the other. But I don't know that it necessarily solved everything. And if history is trying to repeat itself,
You like it here?
I am quite fond of these people, yes. They are strange in their ways, but yes. And what of you? Do you like the ones you travel with? Or are
Very
they
much.
simply tools?
No, they never were. Nobody I've ever traveled with was ever a tool. I mean, some of them are tools.
I understand. I remember our unit. What makes you so angry? Do you even know?
No. I'm just angry all the time. And sometimes I can use it, channel it. Sometimes I'm just angry.
I understand.
Easier
What do you do in
now.
those? What do you do in those moments of anger that you have no answer for?
Focus on my friends.
Does that help?
Yes.
The little one. She is special.
Extremely.
That's good. Focus on that. Love is a precious thing and it's powerful. No matter what form it comes in.
I'm very lucky.
You have always been a smart one, regardless of maybe what you think.
My intelligence status says otherwise.
You got us safely through a lot.
You'd say that with luck.
I don't believe in luck.
I do.
Do you believe in fate?
Maybe before. I don't think so now. Gods are limited in what they can do. They can't design our futures and who we are anymore. They can try to influence it, make us into what they want, but no. Fate and destiny, no.
I feel like life now is what we make it. For us, anyways. Maybe those done on the other side of the gate, but for us, here, now. Life is what we make it.
Yes.
Focus on that. On your new friends. In those moments of anger and pain and rage. Pull your strength from them instead. If you continue to pull from a place of anger, you may find yourself corrupted as well.
Be a fun fight either way.
Don't know about that. I think we've lost enough. Don't add to it by losing yourself.
I don't think any of us are coming out of this alive. They know what mistakes they made last time and they won't make them again.
I don't know.
Not our time now.
I still have hope.
Hope a little
It's
for me
hard.
too.
It's hard to be around these people and not have a little hope. They are so full of it.
Well, something, alright.
Even the children. They are so full of hope and life. Happiness. I think it's why I stayed. If this group that you travel with now, if they bring you that sense of peace that we never had, hold on to it.
Me too.
Fight like hell to protect it.
That I definitely can do.
I don't doubt that. Should the need arise, send for me. I will answer your call, my captain.
It's Ram now.
Ram. I understand.
No battalion, no fancy flag to stick in the ground. Just Ram.
Well, just Ram. Should the needs arise. Think dark days are headed our way again.
They are.
We did it once before. We're hard to kill, us.
You know, Blade. She blew up. I think we should do that.
Blow up.
Yeah. When we die, count as many enemies as we can.
I will take that under consideration.
There'll be collateral damage, but
Always is. Which is the cost of battle. And you make that choice again. If it's your friend standing beside you. And you make that choice.
mm,
Focus on the love. That's all you can do. I have seen acts of love do great things. I've seen acts of love do terrible things.
we saw it firsthand.
Yes, we did. But it is up to you to choose what it will be. Do you cause more harm?
And anybody hurt Pastor would burn the village to the ground and salt the fields. And not look back.
Powerful. That kind of love. I'm surprised you found it again.
Guess it helped that I didn't remember it the first time.
Well, I for one am proud of you.
Don't be. I suck.
I mean, you did back then, but I still followed you to hell, so...
I mean, to be fair, we didn't know we were going to hell until we got there.
Yeah, our Wayfinder was really bad.
Real bad. Our Shadow Academy bad.
Yeah. I don't know what they were thinking.
I will tell you, disposable Warforged.
Fair.
Even when we started questioning things, we weren't equal to them. We're not. Half the time we're not people to people now. Things.
Well, I don't know. I think your friend, I think she counts you as a people.
People in general, not my people. Person.
Well, ask anyone in this village. I'm just as much a people as them. And I think you might find, surprisingly, there are a few gods out there who still think we are people. Never stopped seeing us as such.
And
Always says. Her, for one. She always had a fondness for us. I feel her absence.
I don't remember what it felt like to feel her in the first place.
Well, perhaps it's a good thing. You've lost enough. Anyway, get some rest. And guard your family close.
Oh.
Very well. I will leave you to it, Captain. And the connection ends.
Maybe punch him.
You sort of settle in and you're able to take your rest if you choose.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Alright. Aster sort of curls up, like, one hand on you, one hand on Akka.
Gently pat her hair as she sleeps. Put the scarf over her eyes. I realize the irony when I do not have eyelids nor do I blink, but it's a little different when it's like a plate versus actual eyeballs.
Yeah.
Eyeball list.
Regardless, the night goes on. No issues. You all wake up in the morning with feeling rejuvenated. And you're able to sort of get around the village. Craney, your parents sort of have packed you like a goodie bag full of just food.
Noodles. It's just noodles.
Just noodles.
Yeah. Like, your mom has packed like this picnic basket and it's like, you're too skinny. Eat.
It's my actual grandma in real life. You hungry? No? Okay, sit down. I'll make you something.
Yep.
Something real, she said to my dad once.
But you all awake in the morning. Elise, you feel much better after having some face first rest.
How? How have you not suffocated?
Karani also, like, in her blanket burrito, just flips over at some point.
He snores really loud.
Yep. After you wake up and Akka is just like bluted just across you, little feet in the air.
I just hug and just look at Ram.
What? What? Why are you? What?
You wouldn't let me keep that shark thing.
The shark thing was like a million times bigger than you. It needed sand.
There's a lot of sand in the world.
But we weren't going anywhere near sand, and it was the last one of its kind that needed to go with Cottonwood.
This one doesn't need sand and isn't a giant extinct shark.
It is still a baby, though.
It's fine.
It's still a baby. It needs to stay with its mom.
Do I know
Oh,
if
I
these
will
need
be
to
the
stay
mother.
close to the portal also? Like,
Well, I guess we're living here now.
Generally speaking, yeah, they don't go too far from the Fey Gate.
Hmm.
sorry, Aster.
Mm.
But you know,
Not that you
we're-
haven't seen them a little further afield, but generally speaking, they don't go beyond the veil.
if you wanted to have like a guest house here after all this mess is over, you're welcome.
And we have a
Could
guest
build-
house.
We could build you something.
I mean, if I just have a tree, that's good enough.
Aster's summer home.
I mean, Ram feels peaceful here. Not that this is meta knowledge, but Ram feels peaceful here. Aster likes the little dandelions. I'm just
You're so entitled.
retirement home. Nice place to settle down. Start a weird half metallic, half snake family.
Just raising all of the dandelions.
Just
So many
like
questions.
absolute epitome of a happy cat couple.
Ah.
Well, the thing that like popped out of Aster's hair, you could start an army of those.
There's that
Which thing?
little time. Oh, there was like
Yeah,
a
you
little.
missed it.
You weren't here. There was a
The-
tiny diamond creature.
think It's in
What?
the Phixius chat.
It's a tiny sentient diamond.
What? What are you breeding in my hair now?
You
Remember
put
we
A
Raleigh
diamond.
in next to your diamond?
Ah. Oh boy.
Yeah, created a little diamond baby thing-ish.
That's what that is?
Yes, that's what that thing is.
Oh my god.
He
Does
ran
it have a
away.
name yet?
He went with Cottonwood, so
Yeah. It bit
You could make
Craig's
more.
finger and... Actually, yeah, check your hair, because Raleigh is still in there next to your diamond.
Good. Make more.
I reach into Aster's hair and just gently, like, unnest Raleigh and whatever is created.
Tiny community of these little.
it's just right now. It's
Oh.
just Raleigh and a diamond.
Nothing at the moment.
Takes time, I understand.
No.
Do you understand?
No.
Karani's trying to
Not
act all
really.
like more wise
Yeah,
than
I get it,
normal.
yes.
That's what I thought.
Oh yes, makes sense.
It's been like 3 days. I don't understand. What's the holdup?
I don't know. It was in there for like almost a week while we were traveling, right? And only made one.
4 days, 5
4
days.
days, yeah.
Fine.
So
We will have a pet. And we
Okay.
will love it.
Shall we packed up, go get Philthus and go to the capital? We have some money to collect and other things, libraries and such. I kind of want to go to the library. I have some things. I
Aster,
need
you
to look
suddenly
up.
remember that the giant library there has butterfly cats.
To the library.
All right, so you pack up, and everybody sort of says goodbye. Craney, all of your aunts and uncles and cousins, and
So many
former cousins, roommates, and
Oh my
Wow.
god, they were roommates.
There's
So
like
many of them.
cousins. So many cousins. No
They're
siblings.
all-
So many cousins.
Yep. So yeah, you leave the village, make your way back to Wild Call. Bilphus is ready to go. He's got 3 caffeine patches on, and he's ready.
Elise kind of looks at the patches and then remembers their time studying at the academy and just like gives him a nod of like, I get you.
Yeah.
Also, Karini, is it common where you live to have such big families? I mean,
More common than not, I'd say. My family was a bit weird, but my parents didn't meet till much later on. So,
I was
That's
just
me.
curious. I mean, it's only me. So,
me too.
yeah, it's just like I don't have many cousins or
Oh,
any cousins, perhaps. At least if I did, I don't know them.
well, you're stuck with us now, so, and I have a big
You
family,
cousins?
so I guess you're stuck with them too, huh?
Oh my god, I have so many cousins.
But if that's how this is, well, we need to talk. That's I know that's.
Wait, does that mean
You're
some of
not
my cousins
obligated
are
to see them all as much as I do.
Oh, thank the gods.
Elvis, my
But-
cousin?
Anytime you come to visit, you will have a place to stay. And
I mean,
probably dandelions will follow you around the whole time.
Oh, this
You kind of look at Aster like,
I asked Karini one more question. Is anybody allergic to like pollen in your family?
probably not.
Not really.
No.
Because I knew
Maybe
those.
there was that one weird cousin that you don't talk about that much.
There was one cousin
They
that was only
moved away
allergic
for
to fey
health
pollen.
reason.
They were only allergic to the fey pollen, but of course it just drifts in and out of the gate, so
Oh, where are they now?
they had to move to a different forest where there's just
Oh.
normal pollen, and they were fine.
Okay, maybe we'll see them one day.
Maybe.
What? Anyway, Bilphus, how have you been?
And he just starts yattering away about like just anything and everything as you guys set off. He's got like this old mule and cart and like loaded down with all of his junk, and he's just having the time of his life.
You know what I stand?
And-
Elise also wants to be old and eccentric one day. So far, they're just eccentric.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're halfway there.
Yeah.
Just a few more
Alright.
years.
So you begin the trek to the capital. Takes a few days to get there, and you arrive in an Ebon break, and that's where we're gonna end for the night.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Thank you, everyone. Voice changer there. For joining us. We appreciate you. We'll be back on Sunday over on DM Jeremy's channel with Legacy of Fire. And then Monday for Mistwalkers right here. And thank you for watching. And don't forget our sponsor, Canadian Dice, and our charity, Black Girl White Coat. Super great organization. You can look them up at blackgirlwhitecoat.org. Yeah, see what they're all about. But definitely an awesome cause. So stick around for the raid. You can use those platinum pieces to help or hinder the party on Mondays and Fridays. And our soon to be starting at some point campaign for our DM Sophia. So they said they're in, so they're in. Yeah, stick around for the raid and we'll see it.